Romans chapter 8. From this then it is clear that now there is not one guilty verdict against those in Messiah Jesus. You see, the law of the Spirit of life in Messiah Jesus set me free from the law of sin and death. The inability of the law is that it was weak because of the physical body. God sending His own Son in the form of a sinful physical body, and because of sin, proves sin in the physical body to be guilty. This was done that the right way of the law might be carried out in us who do not live each moment in line with the physical body, but in line with the Spirit. They that are in line with the physical body think the way the physical body thinks, but they that are in line with the Spirit think the way the Spirit thinks. The way the physical body thinks is death, but the way the Spirit thinks is life and peace, because the way the physical body thinks is hostile to God. You see, it does not allow God's law to be in control over it. It is not even able to allow it to be in control over it. Now they that are in a physical body cannot please God. You are not in a physical body, but in the Spirit, if it so happens that God's Spirit lives in you. If anyone does not have the Spirit of the Messiah, he is not his. If the Messiah is in you, the body is dead because of sin, and the Spirit is alive because of the right way. If the Spirit of the one who brought Jesus back from the dead lives in you, the one who brought the Messiah back from the dead will also bring your dying bodies back to life for the sake of His Spirit that lives in you. From this then, brothers and sisters, it is clear that we are not in debt to the physical body. We do not have to live in line with the physical body. You see, if you live in line with the physical body, you are living on the brink of death. But if you kill the practices of the body with the Spirit, you will live. All of those who are led by God's Spirit are God's sons. You have not received a spirit of slavery that you will once again be afraid of, but you have received a spirit of adoption with which we shout, Papa, Father. The Spirit itself agrees with our spirit that we are children of God, and if children, then those who will receive the inheritance, yes, God's inheritance, and those who will receive it together with the Messiah. If it so happens that we suffer together, we will also be made great together. I consider that the hardships of this current time are not comparable to the greatness which will be revealed in us. The creation with eager expectation patiently waits for the revealing of God's sons. The creation was put under the control of something that is useless. This was not something the creation did willingly, but the one who put it under this control did so with anticipation that the creation itself also will be set free from the slavery of deterioration to the freedom of the greatness of God's children. You see, we have seen that the whole creation moans and has labor pains together until now, and not only the creation, but we ourselves also, having the first and best of the Spirit, even we ourselves moan within ourselves, patiently waiting for an adoption, the purchased release of our body. You see, our lives were saved with the anticipation of good, but anticipation that is seen is not anticipation. Why would anyone still anticipate something that he sees? But if we anticipate something that we don't see, then we persist to do what is right as we patiently wait. In the same way, the Spirit also helps our weaknesses. You see, we do not realize what we should pray as to what must be, but the Spirit itself speaks for us with unspeakable moans. The one that examines the hearts realizes how the spirit mind thinks, since it speaks in line with God for sacred people. We realize that for those who love God, for those who are appointed based on a plan, all things work together for good. You see, those that He knew beforehand, He also planned ahead of time to form them into the likeness of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters. Now those that he planned for ahead of time are the ones that he also appointed. And those that he appointed are the ones that he also showed to be right. And those that he showed to be right are the ones he also made great. What will we conclude then in view of these things? If God is over us, who is against us? He who did not step in and prevent his very own Son from being punished, but handed him over for us all, how will he not also with him generously give us all things? Who will accuse God's select people? It is God who shows that they are right. Who finds them guilty? It is the Messiah that died for them. Even more than that, he also came back to life for us, is at the right hand of God for us, and speaks for us. What will separate us from the Messiah's love? Will hard times or difficulty or persecution or famine or nakedness or danger or violence? This is what is written in Psalms 44:23. We are killed for you all day long. We are considered as sheep waiting to be butchered. But in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. You see, I am convinced that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor leaders, nor powers that be, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature will be able to separate us from God's love that is in Messiah Jesus, our Master.